Afternoon, folks. It is a crappy 60-ish day out here, drizzling rain. It's Super Bowl Sunday, so yeah, well, just another day in the world. But we thought today we'd do a quick gear review on some Olight products. I have the PL2 Mini Valkyrie 2 modular weapon light. Pretty sweet. Let's open her up. How small that thing is. That's freaking tiny. Yeah, a little tiny charging port here. It connects to this with a USB. And that's how you charge your weapon. And it's on the bottom of it, so you can charge your light while it's still connected. And damn it, wired the little screws, not in the little bag. You monsters. Comes with the secondary piece. I guess one's Glock, one's non-Glock. One's Glock, one's 1913. And really nice, pre-gooped a little thread locker on them. They're mighty damn nice of them. I don't know which one is mounted on here. Doesn't matter, so. Okay. Weapon's clear. When I ordered this, all I had was tan, which normally is fine. I have a lot of FD and coyote weapons, so I live in the desert. But, oh, don't tell me. Do not tell me. Oh, it's not going to work on my Beretta. Damn it. Holy crap, chassis slides off. How freaking cool is that? But chassis slides off doesn't do me any good if it won't meet with the Beretta. Damn it. Alright. Well, looks like this is going to wind up going on the 229. Hold on, let me go grab the 229. Alrighty, so after futzing around with it a little, and then it cheated and it looked in the instruction manual, so come on by, take my guy card away, my man card, whenever you're ready. Managed to get her mounted up. So I had changed out the plate in there. What it is it's a rock and lock system. So, gun's still empty. Chassis slides off, which is pretty bitchin'. But this rocks and locks on here, it's spring loaded. Right? So you gotta dig it on, then put it on. Which mounts up pretty solid. And then you're supposed to slide this back till it connects to the trigger guard. Again, the instructions. And it's actually pretty cool. You can't push it sideways, you have to push it down with your index, which is fine. So, push it down, hold it down, intermittent. Push it down quick, let it go, on. It's ambidextrous. So, lefty righty. Makes sense. What it doesn't do is no stroke. Okay? I have the big one mounted up on the Beretta ARX. And I'll show you that in a second. But, do the tech specs on here real quick. I paid $62 for it on sale. When Olight runs a sale, it's worth grabbing. And even though it's FDE instead of black, where the cookie crumbles for the price, I'm not bitching. PL2 Mini Valkyrie, the world's first compact rechargeable weapons light. Incidentally, all the screws were rattling around because the little plastic bag in there, hole in the bottom. It does give you the two mounting plates though for Glock and non-Glock, which is nice. And it turns out that the Beretta with the proprietary rail needed the Glock block and not the other block, so switched it in, switched it back out. So it delivers a maximum output of 600 lumens and a beam distance of 100 meters with the QD attach and release system. Okay, we got all that. Convenient charging, USB cable, no need to remove the battery, quick install and removal, 1 second. Beam distance is 246 feet. Beam distance in meters is 100 meters. Max performance lumens is 600. Magnetic base charge type, customized lithium ion. Light intensity in candelas is 2500. And this is on the little tiny one. You saw how small that damn thing was. Standard hotspot diameter with impressive distance, the perfect all-around beam. I guess candelas refers to, I think Guns and Gear did a vid on it, the size of your hotspot, whether you have a diffuse hotspot or a tight hotspot. Adjustable rail, we showed you that one. So, runtime, level 1, 600 lumens is 60 minutes. No strobe, no SOS beacon. It's waterproof to IPX6. It weighs 2.57 ounces or 73 grams. It is 52.5 or 2.07. 52.5 is millimeters, 2.07 is inches. Head diameter is 32 mils or 1.26. Body diameter is 32.5 or 1.28 inches. The LED is a Cree XPL HDCW. Woohoo! So many letters. So you get one flashlight, one charging cable, one 1913 rail mount, one T6, T8 socket wrench. It's not a socket wrench, it's a friggin' Torx wrench. Text back to morons. And an instruction manual, which again, I have to cheat and read. But a crazy little flashlight, right? 62 bucks. You know how hard it is to find a decent weapons light for under $100 anymore? Normally these things retail at $90. So that's how the charger works. Just boop, right in there. Pretty sweet little light. It did say, after rocking that on, what you're supposed to do is take this, slide it in, bring it all the way back to the trigger guard, right, and then lock it in place, and it mounts up nice and solid. The only problem is it doesn't go all the way back to my trigger guard. I don't know if you can see a little light through there, but it's kind of buttoned against at the top, and since it's a rounded rail, I'm not going to bet you. But it's broad daylight out here. Well, it's a little overcast, but Phoenix is always bright and sunny. So, constant on or intermittent. 62 bucks is well worth it. The only problem is FDE on a black gun. Let me show you what happens when you buy their other sale item. You wind up with black on an FTE gun. So, gun's empty and clear. This is the only gun I can mount that on, because it's the only one where I have the ability to hit both buttons, and I'll show you why. But this is the standard PL2 Valkyrie. I'll do a size comparison for you guys. They're both bitchin'. They both have that QD mount, which is really, really nice. And I don't think you can see it, but on the block in there it says GL for Glock. So they give you the Glock mount, they give you the regular mount. The Glock mount works fine on both of the Berettas. Go figure. The reason this is sitting on that rifle is because I don't have any other rifles where I have the attachment point on the bottom. I'll show you why. So let's close that out. We're on their homepage because that's where all the information is. So the Light uses two side-by-side CR123A batteries. These are actually really common, especially in the gun world. It uses a Cree XP35 high LED, delivering a scorching 1200 lumens. 12. 6. Still pretty damn impressive. Ambidextrous switch. Able to activate moment's notice. Tech details. So, beam distance on the big one is 770 feet. One day I'll learn to speak English. I've only lived here my whole life. Beam distance in meters is 235. Max performance lumens is 1200. Charge type, optional charger. There's no charging port. Yes, there is. It's right here. No, this is the battery box. So you pop the battery box up. I don't have the optional charger. Bastards. Oh well. I'll probably look it up and see what it is, though. It's a strobe function. Okay. Got to open the latch to close it up because it's waterproof. It's got no ring in it. Two CR123As or RCR123As, the rechargeables, which is I think they put in here. Light intensity in candles is 13,800. And these are just CR123As. So, nope, not the rechargeables. Okay, standard hotspot diameter with impressive distance. We got that. TIR reflector. It's got to be that. Operation mode, side switch. Form size factor. Small size, car key Zippo lighter. Oh, size comparison. Okay. Series PL gun flashlight. Ambi switch. Compact. Narrow, simple design. Level 1 throws 1200 lumens for 1 hour and 10 minutes on 2 batteries. It does strobe. It does not SOS beacon. It's IPX6 waterproof. The weight's 2.82 ounces or 80 grams. The length is 3.2 inches or 82.5 millis. Head diameter 32.5 mil or 1.28 inch. Body diameter is 36.5 mil or 1.28 inch. How the hell does that happen? There's gotta be a typo. Came in a carton box. Used military police tactical. 1 flashlight. 2 batteries. One 1913 mount. The 1913 rail. This came with a Glock mount, guys. Again, with the wrench and the instruction manual. Alright, so. The reason it's mounted on the bottom of the gun is because I have to be able to activate both switches if I want to go strobe. I can't activate both switches when it's side mounted or when it's top mounted. And if it was top mounted, it'd get in the way of that CSR optic. I think that's the CSR. It might be the FSR. Sorry, FSR. The CSR was 4 MOA and that was 2. Strobe, I guess, to see if somebody is epileptic. Then you don't have to shoot them. Distraction and dazing them. On, off, or constant on. I don't get to change light levels. It's always going to be 1200. But who cares? I bought this, and I'll tell you exactly what I paid. I still have the bill of lading here. This was $59.97. This was cheaper than this. But I bought this one before Christmas when they were in that awesome sale. It's still ridiculously a good price for either of these. Let me show you what I was talking about. Down here, I can activate anything because it's still under my hand. Of course, there's the accidental on-off. I should probably put a handle on here. But it's there. When it's on the side rails, I don't have the ability to squeeze it. I don't have the fingers. It's strobe. So I mounted it on the bottom. And do I really care that it's black? No, because it's the same color as the strap and the optic. We'll live with it for what it is. I like this rifle a lot, though. I've got about 400 rounds through it. She's okay. This optic works really well with the fact that you can't cheek. You more or less wind up chinning on it. But everybody who gives you shit for buying the pregnant guppy, you should shoot one first. I like this gun. I'm not an overly huge guy. I'm only about 6'1". And everybody complains that it's too small for full-size fellas. I don't have a problem with it. The one thing I do have a problem with is the bolt hold open and release is kind of a pain in the ass to work. But you know what? You get spoiled with ARs, and then you go over to these. And you have to retrain, right? New manual arms. So is she just going to snap onto the SIG like she just snapped onto the Beretta? Yes, she is. And since the SIG has a flat trigger face, well, a flat trigger guard face, it's got that little SIG hook on the bottom for people that like to hook their fingers around. That's perfect. This is a great gun. This is my ADC, but I never carry a light on it. I usually leave the light, well, I purposely bought the light for the house gun. This one usually rides either in my pack or on my hip. I don't have a holster that's going to accommodate that. I'm going to have to upgrade that too. Life in the world, first world problems, Second Amendment problems, all the kinds of good problems I prefer to have than to live in a third world shithole like the EU these days. So, like it. I think it was worth it. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'll help you out with whatever I want. We have weather. Planes are flying low. So, that's what I got on these two, and I hope it helps you guys out, helps you make the decision. You should really just sign up. Starting to worry they might be flying a little too low. I need them dropping a fucking blue toilet ice or an engine on me. Yeah, hit me up if you got questions. I will I'll get this out to the range. We'll get some indoor ranges. It'll probably work better in there. See if I can get them to work the lights for me. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and remind. And again, hit me up if you got any questions. I'm always open to chatting back and forth, which is kind of what the internet was made for before it became porn heaven. All right. Thanks, folks. Have a nice one. Enjoy the Super Bowl if you're going to watch Bread and Circuses, and I will catch up with you next time. Adios.